What is up, guys? I hope you're all doing well today, and welcome back to another Fallout 4 video. So if you're like me, you try and fly through different mods like a minigun flies through your 5mm ammo, but after all those mods, there are always a few that really stick with you and always demand a top spot in your load order. So today we're going to go over the top 10 mods that I would cry over if I lost them. Number 1, Vivid Fallout, all-in-one. So Vivid Fallout is pretty straightforward. It overhauls and enhances all the landscape textures, trees, rocks, roads, bridges, and some of the concrete stuff, and the textures are less VRAM heavy than the original textures, which is a huge plus. For me, this mod just makes the game look better, and with it being very old at this point, it makes a huge difference, and I just like the aesthetic it gives. Vivid Fallout has been a no-brainer ever since I started modding the visuals of my game, and I would hate to lose this one. Number 2, Uneducated Shooter, Q&E Leaning, and Gun Inertia. We've talked about this mod before on my channel, so I will try and keep this one brief, but for those who don't know what this mod does, it replaces the situational leaning the vanilla game offers with an actual lean you can use at any time, much like popular shooters such as Rainbow Six Siege, Escape from Tarkov, and the like. It also adds some gun inertia, which makes your character's holding and handling of your weapon look much more realistic. I play a lot of shooters myself, and not having a free lean makes me feel naked in a gunfight, so this mod always stays in my load order. Number 3, Stalker Music Mod complete. The Stalker Music Mod does exactly as it sounds. It replaces all the vanilla game's ambient music, fighting music, etc. with the soundtrack from the Stalker series, which in my opinion is an incredibly well done soundtrack, which really fits the Fallout series and adds an extra level of eeriness to the environment. So if you don't like the base game's music, or maybe you just want to mix up the feel of your next playthrough, I highly suggest giving this one a try, even if you're unfamiliar with the Stalker series. Added note, if you've ever watched any of my other videos or noticed it in this one, this mod is the soundtrack you will hear throughout all of my Fallout videos. Number 4, Square UI Fall UI HUD Preset. I've been asked a lot in the comments of my other videos what HUD preset I use, and here it is. The Square UI is by far my favorite HUD, and I love adjusting it in the Fall UI to perfectly fit my needs. There's not much to say about it, but I find it to be very clean, and I love how it looks, so I find myself always going back to using this one. SKK Combat Stalkers Nexus Edition. Wandering the Commonwealth can be a bit empty and boring at times when you're traveling from one place to another, and I spent some time trying to find a way to fill that gap in a bit, and what I found was Combat Stalkers. What it does is randomly spawn small groups of properly level-listed hostiles around you. They hide, ambush, and stalk you or chase just depending on your actions. This mod has added a lot more interest while just exploring, because you never know where the next hit squad is waiting for you. This mod is fairly configurable, so you can fine-tune exactly how you want it to behave, which is really nice. Number 6, Mjolner Mark V Assault Armor. Much like the HUD mod, I get asked a lot what the armor I wear in my thumbnails is, and this is it, the Mjolner Mark V, which is a wonderful recreation of the armor used in Halo Reach. I love the look of this armor, and it has a lot of customization and different options to choose from, so it always ends up being the armor I get in the late game in almost every playthrough. Number 7, Galac Tac Retribution. Galac Tac is a massive mod that adds so much to any playthrough. First and foremost, it adds a large quest line working for a group of mercenaries heavily based on the Mandalorians from Star Wars that even offers another way to complete the main game's storyline, which is super awesome and very refreshing. It has a set of modern military gear that looks good and can be crafted anytime along with a few new weapons. The other major thing this mod adds is the ability to craft your own crazy customizable mercenary armor that just looks incredible. I have friends who don't even like Star Wars who still use this mod because of just how cool the armor and quest are. So if you're not a Star Wars fan, don't let the name scare you away from trying this one. The only downside of this mod is that it is not very compatible with Sim Settlements 2 because of both reworking the gunner's headquarters. Besides that, it's a great mod that everyone should try. Number 8, Galac Tac Mercs and Music. Mercs and Music is a quest expansion that continues the story from the Galactic Tac Retribution, so if you like what that mod had to offer, this one just extends the content and gives you even more quests to dive into. Number 9, Faster Terminal Displays. So this mod is entirely quality of life, but for me it's a lifesaver. Using the computers is so slow and annoying in the base game that I found myself just ignoring them anytime I could. But with this mod, they pop up so much faster and make it a lot more easy to use. Though simple, this one always makes it into my load order. Number 10, Encounter Zone Recalculation, Continuous Level Scaling. So what this mod does is allow previously visited areas to update their evaluated level so that wasteland location spawns continue to scale with the player after the first visit. For me, I enjoy this mod because I use a lot of level listed gear and enemies, and this allows the game to keep scaling areas with my character so I can progressively see the gear changes on enemy factions, which keeps the game fresh instead of always killing pipe gun wielding raiders. But that about wraps it up, folks. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I would love to hear what mods you couldn't live without, and if you enjoyed this video, consider hitting that like button, and if you want to see more videos like this one, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. So you all take care, and I will see you in the next one.